a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Open the pod bay doors, Val.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies close.
I am nothing! No!
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Get busy living. Or get busy dying.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Cinemaze, a podcast where a bunch of mates chat about cinema over some drinks. Today, I'm joined by not my mates, but my brothers, James and David. Thank you for coming on. How are you both going?
Very well. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has. So this episode, we'll be diving into the Star Wars prequel, Revenge of the Sith. Now, you might be wondering, Michael, why are you doing this random episode on Revenge of the Sith? And for those wondering that, should be ashamed of yourselves. But for those Star Wars fans out there like us, many of you will know that the long-awaited Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series is coming out on the 27th of May. So we'll be doing a two-part Kenobi series, doing episode 3 and the Clone Wars. So while we discuss Revenge of the Sith, we'll be drinking some Stone and Woods. And as always, please make sure you're following the podcast on your chosen streaming platform and leave a 5-star review. Also, check out the cinemaze YouTube channel where I post video essays on film and TV characters. Now, let's get into it. To those who are new to the podcast, always like to start with a few questions to see who our guests are and what they like to watch. So I'll ask a few questions about cinema. So first question, I'll start with you, David.
Is he prepared?
I don't know. We'll see. First question, Timothée Chalamet or Tom Holland?
I reckon Tom Holland.
Why?
Big fan of Spider-Man.
Just
My childhood hero.
And do you like any of Chalamet's movies or not really?
Yeah, rated June. Pretty good in that.
Okay, fair enough.
And
Jim?
Lady Bird as well.
Do you know any of his other movies?
Lady Bird?
Yeah, actually, I was going to bring that up.
Isn't that
He's
bad?
great in it.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah.
got some crackers.
Yeah,
Call Me
just-
by Your Name. He's
Yeah.
he's a king. That's my answer. Timothée Chalamet.
So that,
I don't know
that's
how
your
you
one.
can. Have you seen The Impossible when Tom Holland's a little kid?
No, I haven't.
He's actually really good in it. But between then and Spider-Man, what else has he done?
Well, he's just like a Hollywood blockbuster actor. Like he hasn't quite.
Seems
Good.
pretty humble, good bloke,
Yeah.
good Spider-Man.
When you think Tim's a bit of a dick, is that the implication?
No.
Shirtless to the Met or whatever?
Wasn't that to the
was the
Oscars?
Academy Awards,
Oh,
yeah.
Next question, Wes Anderson or Paul Thomas Anderson?
Paul Thomas. He's my man. Wes, I can appreciate. I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox for the first time
Nice.
in
Great movie.
COVID ISO last weekend. Actually a great movie, but Paul Thomas is the king.
Is there a favorite Paul Thomas
Yeah.
film?
Boogie Nights.
Nice.
Just classic. So many funny bits. Hilarious story. So many good actors. Just well written.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got There'll Be Blood, which is another absolute cracker. And I'm working my way through the rest of his films. Phantom Thread is a bit of a tougher watch. Good though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too much of a fan to say it was enjoyable, but yeah, no, Paul Thomas for me.
Fair enough. Good answer. Dave?
I actually reckon Wes.
Why?
Well, I don't know. He just kind of changed the way you think about framing in film, cinematography. We'll just chuck
Absolutely.
in animations here and there. I think great example is French Dispatch.
Yeah. Very unique style.
Yeah, exactly.
Unique story.
There's that weird car chase scene, which is just all animated and then just goes back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like so weird.
Yeah.
There's like scenes that are black and white and then color. It's just like, what is this?
Only he can like
Yeah, it's
do
just
that.
so different.
Yeah, cool. Next question, Zendaya or Anya Taylor-Joy?
I'll jump in. I think Anya Taylor-Joy. I've watched Euphoria and Zendaya's good. June, she doesn't get much screen time yet, but I'm sure she'll be good in the next ones.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I watched The Witch for the first time the other day. Actually a great film. Anya kills it. Would highly recommend. But yeah, I think Anya Taylor-Joy for me.
Yeah, for sure. Have you seen The Northman yet?
I haven't.
She's really good in that.
I'm eagerly waiting for it.
Absolutely. Dave?
I think this is probably a bit biased because I haven't seen anything with Anya Taylor-Joy in it.
Yes, you
What about the
definitely
chess-
would have.
What have I
about-
seen?
Split.
I haven't seen Split.
Uh, Fuck.
I haven't seen Queen's Gambit. I don't know.
You haven't seen Queen's Gambit?
No.
What's wrong with you, man?
I got
Do
issues.
you even know what she looks like?
Yeah, she's that redhead chick in Queen's Gambit.
She's Queen's Gambit. Have you seen, Zendaya, obviously, from
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
absolutely. I've seen Euphoria as well, which I reckon she's great in.
Yeah.
She's really good.
Is she in any other movies besides, like big shows besides Euphoria and Spider-Man? Like, is there a third option that I should check out to see?
Zendaya?
Yeah.
She did like a black and white, I think it was a short film with John Washington.
Yeah, right.
But is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the protagonist.
Yeah,
is
the
it?
protagonist. But other than that, I can't really remember too many big films she's done. Next question. This might be a tough one. The Other Guys or Wedding Crashers?
Well, I did my prep, so I knew this was going to be the toughest question of the lot. I think I have to go with Other Guys.
Why?
I just think, having rewatched it, both movies about 10 times at least.
Yeah.
I think The Other Guys has more like subtle humor that you can pick up on a rewatch.
Yeah.
And like the bloopers are obviously great.
Bloopers are so
just-
good.
Yeah, there's just bits that you don't hear the first time, but just little things in the background, so random but
Yeah.
hilarious. But Wedding Crashers obviously has like the absolute highlight reel of hilarious comedy between Owen and Vince. You
Yeah.
motorboat sailor, you. So good.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave?
I actually agree. I think Other Guys is just way more quotable. There's just every scene is packed with like these ridiculous comedy. Yeah.
The supporting
They
cast
call
is
it a
so
soup
good.
kitchen.
Yeah. Even just the other cops, like The Rock and
Yeah,
Samuel, like probably the best 10 minutes of like any comedy ever.
Yeah,
So funny.
for sure. Next question. Ozark or Euphoria?
Never seen Ozark.
Never seen Ozark.
Never seen Ozark.
Neither.
Mate.
Neither.
You haven't seen it either.
I know,
Euphoria's
Mum.
What the
incredible.
fuck?
Mum and Dad are obsessed with it, but I haven't
It's
been able to
good.
time
Like
it.
you love Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I know,
It's
but
similar.
that's why I'm busy. I've got
Oh,
Better
okay.
Call Saul. It's just come back.
Yeah.
I can't dive into another like 5-season like slow burn thriller yet. I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish Saul and then I'll get into it.
Yeah, you got to. I guess Euphoria by default then. Now into the deeper questions. Most memorable movie that you saw in cinemas?
I'm prepared. So Dave, you have a think. I got a few here. I think this one was actually quite memorable.
Revenge of
Revenge
the Sith.
as a movie-going experience, and we'll get into why later.
We'll definitely get
but
into
also
why.
just the hype of this coming out was just so real. Like
Yeah.
even like Mum was excited for it, and
Yeah.
like actually seeing it, and then they actually like pull it off as opposed to like the clone, like Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace.
Mhm.
Obviously a bit disappointing for most people, but this one they actually pulled it off. Other ones like I only really see kind of big blockbusters in movies.
Yeah.
But one that I was really hyped for and delivered was Dunkirk.
Yeah, nice.
Nolan, really good. So I saw Dunkirk at a special 70mm screening at Randwick Ritz.
yeah. Cool.
Very hyped for it. Just an awesome movie.
All your favorites were seen at the Ritz.
Yeah, the Ritz. It's
We'll
a
definitely
great
be talking about
experience.
the Ritz
There's
later.
a plug for the Ritz.
Next up at the Ritz.
Dave, most memorable movie?
I think I agree with Revenge of the Sith. Collectively, just a very interesting experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Missed the end. That's all right.
Wait, did we?
I think
No,
we
you
had
didn't.
No, we
Oh.
didn't. No.
No.
Oh, we just left straight away.
Yep.
Like
Okay.
immediately. And we'll talk about why later.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
Harry Potter 1.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was a big one.
At
You remember that
Avoca
specifically?
Beach.
2001,
2001.
Avoca Beach Picture
Like, you
Theatre.
gotta see this movie. It's called Harry Potter. It's about wizardry and magic and shit. And I was like, wow, pretty cool.
Nice.
I think also like Endgame was pretty good. And I reckon Inception.
Inception was a big one.
I don't
it
think
was
I
just
saw
like-
We saw
Inception
it-
in
I
cinemas.
think we saw it like as a tutor group at review or something.
We did as well.
Yeah,
But just on the edge of my seat the whole time.
yeah,
Mm.
so
And, like
good.
it was complex, but also like quite easy to follow,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
he can take you on the journey.
Exactly
And
right.
then
Take
the
you for a ride.
but the rewatch gives you even more.
Yeah,
reward later.
Yeah.
like absolutely captivating.
Actually, when you mentioned Endgame, I actually thought Infinity War was awesome.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they actually did the snap,
Yeah.
I was
The
like
cliffhanger.
speechless for hours. I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, they did it!
Yeah.
That's incredible."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"How the hell do they get out of this?"
Yeah. Exactly.
And you got to wait for a whole year.
I know.
Yeah.
All the threads, all the YouTube analysis.
Yeah.
So
that was
good.
great.
So good. Next question. Fastest TV show binge.
Dave, you're a serious binger. Surely you've got some.
Didn't you
good series,
binge Invincible really fast?
Yeah.
Or Dark?
Dark as well. I've done a lot. Yeah, Invincible animated series about
Yep.
the titular character. Dark did that in like a weekend or two. Terrible.
3 seasons in a weekend.
Yeah. Oh. True Detective, that was a binge.
Oh, see, I watch all these shows when they come out.
Yeah.
So I have
you got to
to,
wait.
I'm forced to wait
Yeah.
the full week. Like True Detective, like Better Call Saul, for example. Like all my favorite shows have forced me to not binge it.
Yeah.
So I think like my actual binge would probably be like The Sinner or something. Like something pretty
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
mediocre, not that memorable of a binge,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that's my like accurate answer.
Fair enough. Next question. Favorite Australian movie?
The Castle. Everyone says it, but
Yeah.
it's just so good. I have a T-shirt of Constantopoulos or whatever his character's name is.
The kickboxer.
He's just so funny. I don't know how he does it. How
Yeah.
Eric Banner nails the like Wog trying to impress the Aussie family
Yeah.
thing.
So
It's
funny.
just unbelievable.
We saw Twister.
So good. He's just so
Jumanji.
he's so polite to the brother,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
he's so rude, like just
Yeah.
cutting in. He just puts up with it just
Yeah.
because he has
Yeah.
to. And it's just
There's
so funny.
so many memorable quotes. Dave?
Yeah, I actually did a little bit of research for only this question, and it's actually Wake in Fright.
Right.
The
It's a
hell?
bit of a cult film from the 1970s, and they actually lost the negatives, and so it's only available on like VCR for many years. But some random person found the negatives in the early 2000s, and they've like redigitized it. I'm pretty sure it's on
Sick.
like ABC iView or one of the streaming services.
What's it
in, like, a
about?
2-part series. It's a bit of a strange one. It's set in like an outback town. There's this guy who's a teacher, and he's trying to make his way back home to Sydney, but he gets like stuck there. And like there's just all these alcoholics at the pub, and he just gets caught up in like gambling and debauchery and just like can't escape and just gets stuck there.
Jesus. So
I actually
sick.
watched Muriel's Wedding for the first time the
Oh,
other
nice.
day.
Yeah.
Actually, really good as well.
Haven't seen it.
And
Totally
I would.
collab.
It's not a movie, but I think Rake is probably my most favorite Australian production
Mm.
movie.
Yeah,
and
Rake's
TV.
really good.
I can't remember a show that's made me cry with laughter so much. It's just outrageous, so
It's
funny.
Rake.
Rake, it's the lawyer.
The
one.
Lawyer.
Richard
It's on Netflix.
Richard Roxburgh.
Yeah.
He plays like a semi-real lawyer in like Sydney, so like it's set like at all these places you would know.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like he just lives in the Cross, and like
Oh, yeah.
he's a lawyer, but he's like a complete dick, and like loves his drugs, prostitutes,
Yeah.
like everything. It's so funny, and he just gets himself in these ridiculous situations.
Yeah. And ridiculous cases as
Yeah.
well.
And like all these famous actors are like the guest cases. Like Hugo Weaving is a guest, and he plays like a cannibal that this guy has to defend. It's just it's so good.
Nah, Rake, definitely one to watch. Next question, a movie that you think everyone needs to see.
This one is really hard.
Yeah, this is.
I think a movie that people might be like put off by because it sounds like a little bit boring, but it's actually really good. It's Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, nice.
Another one is called Midsommar. It's like a horror movie akin to like Annihilation or The Witch.
yeah, a bit
Those
like
kind
sort
of like
abstract.
aesthetic horror movies.
Yeah,
And you'll know when you watch it, but there's some like scenes in there that you will never forget.
really.
Like unbelievable
Haven't seen it.
gore. Like just
Fuck.
watch it and we'll talk about it another time. But it's really, really good.
Yeah.
You will not forget it.
No, nice. Definitely. It's always been on my list, but never got around to it. Dave?
I think mine's probably La Vita è Bella, or as
Right.
the translation goes, Life is Beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, classic Italian. It's really
Classic.
good. Yeah. I think it
How many times have you watched it?
It's right in the feels. Probably like 5 times.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could watch it again.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a lot.
not very rewatchable, but
Very heavy.
great film.
Just hits you different.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question: favorite streaming service?
I might say Disney.
Nice.
It's just got all the classics: Star Wars, Marvel. It's got The Simpsons. It's Always Sunny. Like
Well, you're watching The Simpsons.
Always Sunny.
yeah, it's great. Go back to like season 5 Simpsons and you will love it, honestly. But then they also have these really random, like dark dramas and stuff. Like I watched this movie called Road to Perdition with like Tom
Oh, yeah,
Hanks.
yeah.
It's a Sam
yeah.
Mendes movie, and like this is on Disney Plus. It's like about a prohibition gangster. Anyway,
Dave, favorite streaming service?
I'd agree. Disney. It's got all the classics. If you just want to hit a nostalgia, you've got Pixar, you got Star Wars, and then it's also got one of my favorite shows, Scrubs, which I reckon
Scrubs.
highly recommend. First like season or 2 is just so good.
Nice. Next question: TV show that you're watching at the moment?
Better Call Saul.
Nice.
It's just I can't speak highly of it enough. If you love your Breaking Bad, this thing, how they managed to make a spin-off as good as Breaking Bad, I don't know how they do it. It's
You'd
just
say it's better than Breaking Bad.
as good at least
Okay.
for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's just so good. The acting is so good. The writing, you've got all that cinematography from Breaking Bad. It's different enough where like it's something new, but then it ties back to the actual Breaking Bad series. It's really good. If you've watched
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, it's a must watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave?
Well, firstly, I've actually haven't seen Breaking. I've seen Breaking Bad, never seen Better Call Saul, so I'm probably gonna give it a go. I'm not watching anything at the moment. I don't like watching anything.
Elden Ring. You like playing stuff.
No, I just came off the back of True Detective season 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I actually did that same thing. The True Detective season 1 rewatch.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
Unbelievable.
Have you not watched Moon Knight?
Oh, I watched like 2 episodes.
Mate.
Fell asleep.
Mate, what are you doing? It just
I've
finished.
retired from Marvel. I can't do anymore.
Well, I just think
This is really good.
dude,
Oscar
all
Isaac.
these spin-offs
Oscar
are
Isaac.
Like,
Yeah,
it just
but-
saturates your brain. Like, I don't want that. I just
Nah,
wanna-
this is new. It's like
This
it's its own
this
thing.
phase 12 or whatever. they're
Nah,
up to, I'm just
phase
so
4,
lost.
mate.
I
Nah.
can't.
There's no
all the staple like heroes are missing. Like, I'll definitely watch Doctor Strange too, but like, that's probably it for this phase.
harsh
Just
critics out
go
here.
out on a high, Marvel. Come
Seriously, just take a break.
No, it's all about money.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
on. They need the content.
Yeah,
That's how it
exactly.
works.
Pump it out. Every
How's
year.
how many more years is Marvel going for? Like
30 at least. It was in the news that Kevin Feige and the creative team did like a retreat to plan out the next 10 years of
Oh my
story.
who's left? I guess if they
Mate,
get
there's endless.
Much.
Okay, I tell you what I would watch. I'd watch Fantastic Four or X-Men if they did it
Like a
properly.
remake. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But until that happens, I'm not touching.
What about like Thor? Thor's coming out this
Oh,
year.
actually,
Black
Thor
Panther
will be
2.
I'll
Nah,
watch
Black Panther
Thor.
2 won't be
Christian
that good.
Bale's in Thor.
Wait, who's starring as Black Panther in Black Panther 2?
Don't know. It'll be everyone else.
Shit.
Yeah. So you're going to have to go watch
Yeah.
it.
Thor I'll watch because they filmed it in Sydney and stuff. So
They
And
can't
it's-
remake X-Men though, can they?
Yeah, they
can
can.
do whatever they want.
Multiverse.
Who's gonna star them?
Multiverse,
We're getting
mate.
James
Start again.
McAvoy back
Start
in.
again. Start again.
They want Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine.
That would be great.
Have you seen that cult following?
No way.
It's because in the comics, Wolverine's actually not
Really
that
small.
tall.
Yeah.
And so everyone just
Well, so Daniel
thought
needs-
of Daniel Radcliffe.
Radcliffe needs to get jacked
Sure.
and like throw the
He
beard.
could do
and,
it.
like,
I reckon he could. Have you seen that trailer for the Weird Al Yankovic biopic?
Nah, not yet. I
like,
saw
he's-
that.
I
though.
back him as an actor.
Yeah,
I,
he's very good.
I watched this romantic comedy called What If the other day,
Yeah.
and it's
Great.
him and Adam Driver. Actually,
What?
great. They're hilarious. I'd recommend that as well.
So last episode we had a Cinemates elevator pitch from Nick, who recommended The Lighthouse, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the cinematography was awesome. Robert Eggers, another great film from him. Pattinson and Defoe, they were excellent, and they really drove the film, I thought. And their characters just descend into madness. Like, it's a very unique story, and I think that, you know, There's definitely a lot of weird stuff, a lot of wanking, as Nick said, as well as some mermaid genitals. But no, it's a good movie. Have you guys seen The Lighthouse?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I've seen
That
it.
sounds a bit cooked.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
He's great, Robert Eggers. Yeah. Have you seen The Witch?
I haven't yet. Need
It's,
to.
yeah, they're great. They're hilarious. They're just so you like just get completely lost in them. Like
Yeah,
you just forget that like you're a human watching these movies. Like The Lighthouse, these two guys are just like so fucked. Like what they started doing, like just on this small island, is unbelievable. Like you have to watch it.
you gotta watch it.
You won't forget it anytime soon.
Absolutely great recommendation there, Nick. So thank you for that. And if you haven't seen The Lighthouse, definitely watch it. So for the next elevator pitch, we've got Millie. So let's hear what she's recommending.
Hey Mike, today I'm pitching the 2017 film Call Me By Your Name, featuring Timothée Chalamet, the great, and Armie Hammer, and directed by Luca Guadagnino. So this film, it's set in Italy. It's incredibly beautiful in its setting, and it follows the vivid experience of two young men falling in love. It's a superior film, to my belief, in its cinematography, as well as its very uniquely sensual storytelling of coming of age. So if you think your listeners want to hear more about this, I will happily discuss this film for days on end. So hit me up.
Nice. Thank you, Millie. I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name. It's always sort of been on my watch list, but definitely we'll give it a watch. And if it's good, maybe we'll do an episode. Have you guys seen Call Me By Your Name? Oh, Jim, you already obviously have.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yeah. I've always heard great things, and I have heard that their performances are really
could
good.
be my favorite Chalamet performance, actually.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I think he was only like 21 or something when he did
Yeah.
it. But it's
It was
so-
nominated, I think.
Yeah. He's just like so subtle. Like he doesn't actually speak that much. His character's quite a quiet guy.
Mm.
But like you know exactly what he's feeling the whole time. It's really good.
Wow.
Interesting.
And it's set in Italy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably beautiful.
100%. I'll give it a
It's a
watch, and we'll
watch, yeah,
see
exactly.
we'll see what it's like, Millie. Thanks for that. So now getting into Revenge of the Sith, to the listeners out there who haven't seen it yet, what would you say about the movie in one word?
Audacious.
Okay. Why?
Well, I think they had a lot of ground to cover.
Plot wise?
Yeah, exactly. You've got to go. We've got spoilers, I assume, in this.
No.
We can just share it. Just as
Well-
it is. Well, I think they've just got a lot of ground in terms of like getting Anakin from a little teenage whinger to like Darth Vader,
Yeah,
and like a lot changes and everything. And
absolutely.
I think it was just like a big stretch, like
Okay.
required a lot of movement.
Fair enough. Jim, one word?
I would probably say Lucas.
Lucas.
Because this is just the George Lucas story. Like he does everything. He wrote, directed,
Yeah.
made every major decision. And if you don't like what he does in other movies, like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, then you're not going to enjoy this. But if you like your
Fair
Lucas, you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Nice. My one word's going to be nostalgic. I just thought that, as we talked about before, like it was a very memorable movie experience, which we will get into. But I just like they did have a lot of ground to cover, and I was so curious as to how they were going to do that. And I think the way they did it was probably, like as good as they could, I think. But just very nostalgic rewatching it, and yeah, it's a good movie. So definitely give it a watch if you haven't. Yeah, I think it's worth just touching on to start. I think that the original trilogy was obviously so big, and they built such a massive universe that they, in the prequel films, had to, really get to in terms of story. And I just remember the hype. I was probably in like kindy or year one, and even as a kid, like there was so much hype. And I think Attack of the Clones came out maybe 3 years earlier.
Yeah, they were 3 years apart.
The
Which
first,
is a long time.
yeah, long time between drinks.
It's the equivalent of like the Avengers. Like you have to wait
Yeah,
like 3 years between Avengers movies, except there was nothing in between.
Yeah.
You had 3 years
of
of
just
the
waiting.
sweating.
Yeah.
There's no YouTube analysis. It's
No.
2005. You're just waiting. You're reading magazine articles. Like that was the hype that
Literally.
you had to get.
Yeah.
But also like that there was obviously a lot of story in the first 2, but they still had so much to do to get to A New Hope in this one. So the hype was insane.
I think this is pretty groundbreaking at its time, to be honest. 2005. What other the movie franchise universe thing that Marvel has crushed just didn't exist back then. Like there were no big franchises that managed to keep rolling stuff out. Like the original trilogy ended in like 83 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And the
I see what you
ability
mean.
for them to like bring Star Wars back
Yeah.
and like start again and like still get the hype going. Like it started it all really.
Yeah, absolutely.
At that time, you had like Lord of the Rings come out, but they like came out 3 in a row. And then it was done.
I guess you could say James Bond, but it's obviously different.
But James
being
Bond's
a
just like
reset.
open ended.
Yeah.
This was like, no, Star Wars was finished,
Yeah, it's like a linear story.
but now we're bringing back 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to space them out. And like, it's all going to be about Darth Vader. And you're like, fuck, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
and like production value through the roof. But then you had kind of the Phantom Menace, which a lot of people hated just because it was so different to
So different.
the original trilogy. You got some pretty like some characters that people despise. Like
That ended careers of.
like the whole movie's it's meant to be for like 10-year-olds, but they're talking about politics for like 30
Yeah.
minutes. Like
Yeah.
and like people are like, okay, they've bottled this.
Yeah.
But then the hype for this last one was like, okay, can they save the prequels?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people are
Absolutely.
like clinging to hope, being like, come on, George, just
You
pull
got
it
it.
out. Let's make this one good.
Well,
And
Attack of the Clones was better, I would say. But
people still hated it.
yeah. Yeah.
Like-
So there was so much pressure on this last one.
Yeah.
And I think that they still did a pretty good job. It's definitely the best of the 3.
And the other thing I would say is like, in this day and age, obviously post Disney acquisition, they've just pumped out some good content for Star Wars, like
100%.
Mandalorian, Rogue One, everything. But when this came out, people were like, "Oh no, this is the last ever Star Wars movie. Like,
Yeah.
what else can they do with it?"
Yeah, yeah.
And like, just TV shows weren't a thing, so they were just like, "Okay, this is our last chance to go to a new Star Wars movie."
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what I was thinking at the
Mm.
time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Marvel changed everything, and suddenly, like, there's conveyor belts of content in all these universes. But
Yeah.
when this came out, people were like, "Okay, this is our last chance to see a Star Wars movie."
100%.
Mm.
I think also like even rewatching it now, I think it's gained people now appreciate it more than they did, especially with Kenobi coming out soon. Like you saw before they were even going to do Kenobi, you saw how much passion that people now have for like, you know, the prequels, particularly this one, Hayden Christensen, and like bringing the actors back. Like I think that this movie has seasoned well, I think.
The memes also help. The meme renaissance of the prequels is hilarious.
So
and
many.
adds another dimension.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to actually watch it without
Thinking of
laughing
memes.
at those memes. But that's good. It's a good. I like the
Yeah.
extra layer, the meta layer on top.
Absolutely.
Makes it more enjoyable.
For sure. Let's get into the actual movie itself. So what did you guys think were your kind of favorite scenes or quotes in Revenge of the Sith?
I reckon favorite scene by a long shot is final duel between Anakin and
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
just- I think, like, to be honest, for me, that was the climax of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
it kind of like really rounded off everything that went through. And like, I think there's a few parts in like the entire franchise where like it's like groundbreaking Star Wars moments. And that's one of them.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Battle of Mustafar, it's epic.
Oh,
and I love rewatching it.
Yeah. It's like really well choreographed.
Yeah.
It's like master versus like protege. They're like
score
they
is
fight the same
epic.
way like
Yeah.
the whole time, which is like so interesting once you like see it a few times and notice that.
Yeah, that's interesting because
yeah.
obviously Obi-Wan taught.
Yeah,
Anakin.
exactly right. Like it's so incredible, so much symmetry, and then like heaps of like environmental changes with like lava and shit.
Yeah.
Which is also very cool.
I think also just quickly on the lava, like
Yeah,
it was
just
made
quickly
in-
on the lava.
it was made in 2005, but like even rewatching it now, like it still looks really
holds up.
good. Like it
Yeah.
holds up so
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was epic. I think yeah, I think that would definitely be my favorite part. But even like rewatching it for this, there were just like some epic quotes as well. Like Obi-Wan says, like, when Anakin's like gassing up at Padme, and he's choked her, done the force choke on her, and he just like Obi-Wan says like, "You've done that yourself." And then when they're on the like kind of hovercraft things on the lava, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"I have failed you, Anakin." It's like fuck, like just really memorable quotes.
Absolutely.
Ewan killed it.
Ewan nails it. Hayden Christensen's pretty good as well. There's obviously some memeable moments there as well. Like I have the high ground is obviously a big one.
I hate you.
But yeah, that was epic, and the score is so good. I think there are some other good like parts of the movie that I thought were really cool when I first watched it. I was like, wow, like this is awesome. The opening battle was probably one of the better
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Space
openings, and like space battles. And like with that sort of 3-year wait, you start the movie and you're like, shit, like I wonder what like Anakin and Obi-Wan are like now, because it's obviously set further on. But I thought that was really cool. Any other big parts that stood out for you guys?
I personally love the Palpatine reveal.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, it's good.
when he's talking with Anakin.
Yep. The one of the like, well, it's kind of a couple of scenes, but when he's at the opera and he puts a couple of like breadcrumbs down that I've got some
Oh, the
dark
Darth
secrets.
Plagueis. Yeah,
And when Anakin goes to his office and he actually like full out tells him like,
yeah,
I know the dark side. I just think it's great.
yeah. And you're just
Yeah.
like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
I-
it actually
and it
was like
happens-
it was a big plot twist.
very subtly, and then you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, hang on. Like this guy who's like a little bitch for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
A little politician bitch.
just a smiley politician
yeah.
like Kevin Rudd or something. And then he just
Literally. No, that's great. I think when he does the reveal and he just like slowly becomes this like twisted guy, and then obviously Anakin like alerts the council and Mace Windu and stuff go there. I remember when all the Jedi Masters are there, like he just kills them so easily.
we can dissect
We'll
this
get
in
in-
many
we'll get-
ways, but
we'll get into that later, but like I at least before the fight happens, but like I remember like seeing the Jedi Masters, like this is sick, like another great scene. I think as
also
well.
never seen the Emperor with a lightsaber. So you're like, how is he just gonna lightning these guys?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
like pulls the lightsaber out.
he's
and
got
you're
the
like,
little
"Shit."
trigger down
Yeah,
his.
Yeah,
he
what's
does
it-
that like vortex spin.
He's got a
thing.
weird
Yeah.
he's got a weird stabby
Yeah,
like
it's
very-
fencing kind of
Yeah,
style.
he
Yeah.
does.
And it
very
just-
stabby.
And it works. Like
Yeah.
he just slices
It's
through.
very
like-
dark side, like needle in the side
Yeah.
type motion.
yeah.
No, that's really interesting. Like he's also wearing these like huge gowns, so
Yeah,
he's like
yeah. Real
Out
puffy.
bounding around.
Real puffy and shit.
Yeah, so puffy. I think there was some other good parts. Like I remember, just as like a quick one, like obviously it's set on a few different planets, but the kind of opening of Kashyyyk, where they have the battle against the droids, like the planet looks really cool, and I think that sort of Wookiee versus droid fight was another cool scene as well. I thought that when on Utapau, when Grievous and Kenobi are fighting, and he kind of says that he's been trained, like I don't know what he says, but he says like I've been trained.
Says Dooku's trained him.
Dooku's trained him, and you're like, wait, what? And he has 4 lightsabers, and I remember seeing that at the time. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, how the hell is Kenobi going to be able to defend this? So that
He
was
does.
another epic scene. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Another great one is when like the Order 66 montage.
Oh,
Yeah.
epic.
You can't ever leave your seat when you see that. You're
No.
like, oh, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's
Yeah.
done the Order.
The score is so good in that. And
Yeah.
I remember first seeing that, I was like, just so depressed.
Yeah.
It's the most depressing couple of minutes
It's just
like ever.
You know,
so upsetting.
Yeah.
you know it has to happen. But
No.
like, you're not like this. Not
Yeah,
like this.
Don't do it.
Kiari Muri
Kiari Mu- come on.
No.
And the droids just like stop behind him and you're like, shit.
no.
And he's getting
And he
pounded
tries
with
to
bullets.
like defend himself. and
Yeah.
just dies.
Getting sprayed with
Oh.
bullets. No, great scene. And then like there's obviously the other ones like don't know the
Sakura?
names. Yeah. She
Also,
just
yeah,
gets
just everyone's getting gunned all
Yeah.
over the universe.
so good.
Mm, the younglings.
Yeah, so that was another cool one. So Anakin goes to the Jedi Temple and like he's got the red eyes now and you're like, fuck, like he's just descending. And he goes into the room.
Steps into the room.
He goes into the room with the younglings and Master Skywalker. There's too many of them. And he steps.
What are we going to do?
When he pulls out the lightsaber, the kid like just sort of wobbles a bit.
And he's
so memorable.
and he looks so scared. He's like, "Fuck, I'm actually gonna get killed."
Yeah.
So
that was epic. I think another one as well. When Anakin kills Mace Windu. Oh, sorry,
yeah.
chops his arm
Yeah,
off,
that
rather.
fight.
I was like, fuck, no way. Like this
Yeah.
is just
Yeah, just
they're
let
just
it
getting
happen.
Absolutely. I think
Uh.
important in that scene is how Mace Windu just went straight there and didn't tell anyone. Like that was just such a pitfall for the Jedi.
Oh,
If
let's
he just
we can discuss Mace later. He's a fucking idiot.
yeah.
You reckon?
Well, if
Absolutely.
he
Oh,
just like
we'll get into
told
that.
a few people he was going,
How do you know that he didn't though?
well, because like
Oh,
nothing
Anakin told him and then
well, no, nothing really happened, and like Mace Windu went with 3 Jedi Knights, like masters.
yeah.
They all die and go missing, and then like a few hours later, we've got Order 66. Like,
Yeah, true.
surely there would have been a bit of mobilizing of the Jedi and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just like they failed.
They
course
did
they
fail.
They all died.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I think one other cool thing was the kind of ending, like Yoda telling they obviously have to, set up Luke and Leia after Padme dies, but Yoda telling Obi-Wan that like he could potentially speak to Qui-Gon. I thought that was just like a cool little add-on.
Yeah, 'cause
Absolutely.
The Force ghost concept
Yeah,
isn't
Yeah.
a thing yet. You're like,
No.
you know it happens,
but
but
it's
like you don't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
the first three.
absolutely.
it's interesting that they develop their powers. Like
That's
it's not
definitely
just like
gonna
a
happen
stagnant.
Sorry, that's definitely going to happen in Obi-Wan. Like
Yep,
there'll
for
be
sure.
there'll be some Liam Neeson action.
Oh,
Or
100%.
So excited!
I
for that.
really hope so.
Yeah.
Favorite characters of Revenge of the Sith, you reckon?
I'm a Palpatine man.
You're a pal.
He's just so entertaining to watch. Like everything
He's
he
a
says.
bastard. He's a
I know
he's an
but he-
absolute
But
bastard.
every time
Ooh,
he's on
bastard.
screen, it's so interesting. Like his character is obviously like completely twisted and evil, but like
No.
just seeing him pull it off, like his plan works, and like
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan also is really good.
Unlimited power. No.
There's so many. Yeah, he's a good character. I think for me, yeah, Obi-Wan's obviously a standout. But I actually thought Mace Windu was a bit of a boss. Like, I hope he's still
Should we,
alive
should we
out
discuss Mace in detail now?
there.
he's-
Well, yeah, we can. Like, so what's your hatred for Mace?
Well, he just makes really poor decisions. Like he's just a bad boss. Of like if
he's very
imagining the-
stubborn. He's a stubborn guy.
Imagining the
He's
Jedi
stubborn.
as like a corporate environment, and Mace is like the head of them.
Yeah.
Like, and he just refuses any help doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, I'll
true.
take 4 Jedi to kill the most evil man ever, and then like they just get destroyed straight away.
Destroyed instantly. Yeah, fair enough. I still think he's like he's a powerful Jedi. Like you want to see him
Yeah.
fight.
Purple
Yeah.
lightsaber. Like,
Purple
that's
lightsaber.
sick.
Attack of the Clones against Jango Fett. That's pretty epic. But yeah, I thought he was a good character nonetheless. I think What do you think of Anakin in this one? Did you?
Better than number 2.
Yep.
The clones.
Less childish.
Way less whiny, but I don't know.
He becomes kind of an emo between 2 and 3 for some
Yeah,
reason.
he does.
Yeah.
He's like just way more like dark and like he's already kind of halfway there almost.
Yeah, he's a troubled man.
Yeah.
Twisted.
I was trying to kind of on this rewatch like empathize with the character and be like, okay, would everything that's happening to him actually like fuck him up? And I think it does, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like he's essentially a priest, and
he is. Priest.
But
Very
he's like,
accurate analogy.
But but he was also like really ambitious and like wants heaps of power, but he knows he can't.
Well, he's
and
grown up
then-
in slavery. Like,
Yeah, like he's had a pretty traumatic childhood. Like Liam Neeson effectively kidnaps him and like lets him make this life decision at age 10.
He's
Like,
adopted.
no, you should become a priest, Anakin. And he's like, all right.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And then he falls
What
in
the hell?
love.
He's like, oh, this won't fuck the kid up like at all. And then he's like, yeah, he's this whiny dude. And like, then like at the start of 3, his like secret wife is pregnant. And you're like, how the fuck does he think he's going to get out of this? Like,
Yeah,
how does,
exactly
how does he
right.
think he's gonna get away with it?
Definitely can't do both.
And then he's effectively like getting groomed by like his like kind of Coruscant dad figure who he's never had in his life.
Yeah.
And like then his best mate,
He doesn't know any better.
his best mate, his boss, all his work colleagues want him to like betray this guy, even though he's like really good mates with him.
Yeah.
And it's
He also like doesn't get the promotion that he deserves.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go. Yeah, he gets offered this promotion by a guy who doesn't work there.
Wait,
Like-
what? Palpatine?
Like he's like the client has offered him a promotion, and then his own company's like, no, that's not how it works. But then he's upset about that.
Yeah.
Like,
Weird.
Oh.
Interesting. Good takes there. I think another good character, Senator Organa
yeah,
at the end, like with
Yeah, he's
Obi-Wan.
pretty
He's just
good.
like a good character. Like,
Yeah.
just a guy who sees what's going on.
yeah, sees what's going on. Yeah, I really enjoyed his screen time. He's good.
The little kid who like,
Which kid?
Master Skywalker.
Oh, as a character.
Great cameo character.
Mate, he gets fucking mauled. Okay, let's get into the more bad parts. What are some ones that kind of jump out to you guys?
Oh, we're just watching the blunders of the Jedi. It's just quite tough. Like
Yeah, it is
they
tough.
kind of know this Sith is around, but like, and they also don't trust Palpatine, but they just don't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Even like the first half of the movie, they're still trying to work it out,
Yeah.
and it takes the guy confessing to finally work it out, and then they're just like execute it so poorly with like Mace taking those 3 guys.
Yeah.
But like, that fight doesn't stack up very well. Like,
No.
like they're just like traffic cones and they fight.
They're literally traffic. Like he pulls out the saber. They were standing there with their sabers ready, and then he jumps up, and then without even like blocking, the first guy just gets stabbed and doesn't do anything. Like
They're beaten
Yeah.
by speed by this old man.
yeah. Fucking
Doesn't make sense.
so shit. And like, so the first one gets nailed
Yeah, up
immediately.
against
Then
the
the next
wall,
one
yeah.
blocks like once, but then gets killed. And then it's like this, like, oh, okay, get to what's his name, Kit Fisto, and he like
He
does
does
a
like
bit
one
more.
parry and
Yeah,
then gets killed.
yeah, like what? Yeah, just fucking shit. Like, and the other thing is that the movie's only like maybe an hour and 50 minutes long. Like, surely they could have spaced it out, had like a longer battle.
I think so.
Yeah,
too,
that part was pretty bad. I think just quickly to go back to the start, talking about like fighting being like weird. Obi-Wan gets ragdolled by Count Dooku.
Oh yeah.
He just gets like forced, like pushed away, and then he puts like a bridge onto him.
Yeah, and his like CGI body just
Yeah,
like
just
moves.
like yeah. Like I thought that was like just weird. Like obviously Anakin like needed to do something to show that he's like
still on his team, basically.
yeah, and like also that when he beheads Count Dooku, And Palpatine's like, do it. Do it. Like they had to show that he had like dark in him, but
Yeah, but he's still torn. Like,
yeah,
you can tell Palpatine thinks that he'll just leave Obi-Wan.
yeah.
like,
He's like, leave him.
he's
We
like,
don't have
"Leave him."
time. Like,
And then Anakin's like, nah, he's my mate. I'm actually going to do it.
yeah.
And Palpatine's probably thinking, oh, fuck. This is supposed to be where he turns to the dark side.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a bit weird. I think also just generally some of the dialogue's pretty shit.
Oh,
like
it's-
in
you gotta
on
look
that
past it.
on that shit on that
Agree.
ship. General Grievous is like activate the ray shields because they know where the Jedi are. And then the ray shields come on, and then Obi-Wan's like, ray shields? What the hell? Like, so they've said ray shields, and then the next scene they also say ray shields. Like, obviously, like it's fucking ray
Like,
shields.
how could this happen to us? This doesn't happen
Yeah,
to us.
how did this happen? Or like, that's
Yeah.
just shit writing. I
I
reckon.
have problems with that Grievous bit at the start as well. Because, like, I think when they have when they're in the ray shields, they're like, all these droidicas roll out, and like they're surrounded by like 1,000 droids. So they're like, okay, we've been captured. But then when they get taken to the bridge, just all those like droids are gone. And it's just Grievous with those like guard
bodyguards, yeah,
guys, and then just the other pilot droids.
Yeah.
It's like, what has the danger dissipated? Like, why have you just
Well,
like,
they have handcuffs on, don't they?
yeah, but still, like, why don't you just have them stationed outside to like come in if there's a problem?
Or in
something?
a cell. Like, why do they need to be on the bridge?
The only excuse for that is maybe this is all part of the plan to like let them escape again or something. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
Weird.
questions.
And I think with that they have to land the ship, and it's like, you know, getting blown up and stuff. And there's a quote from Obi-Wan. He's like, "At least we're still flying half a ship." Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just stupid.
That's so
Like, it's not
cringe
funny.
dialogue.
Nah,
It's
that's
not-
like classic Star Wars quirk though. Like,
If you're
Is it
10,
though? Like-
if you're
I
10,
reckon.
you think that's really funny. I think. I don't know.
I thought it was cringe when I watched it
When you
at
were
age
6.
6. Yeah, like it's
you
not
weren't old
funny.
enough. You weren't old enough.
Also, like, I can't even remember, but like Obi-Wan, was he ever that like sort of witty? Like, why is he saying this stuff?
He is a little bit like I think in like Attack of the Clones and stuff, he has some good lines.
Oh yeah,
He's
I
a bit
guess
of a
so.
mute in Phantom Menace, but
Yeah,
he's, like,
that's
quite
true. He's like the apprentice. But like even on Utapau, when he jumps down in front of all the droids and Grievous, he's like, "Hello there." It's like, shut the fuck up.
It's only good now.
Good meme.
Yeah, the meme makes that funny now. But
yeah,
for
but
the-
memes weren't a thing
exactly
when
for the,
he
for
wrote
the
this.
15 years between when it came out and the meme starting. Yeah, it's pretty cringe. And speaking of like crap droid decisions, like there were just 1,000 droids there. Why did Grievous have to take him himself?
Yeah.
Just fire this guy.
Well,
to
it's
death.
like power. It's like power. Like,
just arrogance.
yeah, arrogance. Like
Yeah.
wanting to show off his skill.
But then that fight, yeah, probably another bad part is like I don't like the Grievous Obi-Wan fight. They're just like racing around on those weird vehicles for like 20 minutes and
Yeah.
then
Yep.
ends up just like shooting him. Like I get they tried to make it a little bit different by not having a lightsaber fight,
Yeah, yeah.
but still it's kind of like a little bit boring.
Yeah, also like he does when he first has the 4 sabers, he like 2 of them are at the
That
top
bit's
just spinning, and the other 2, I think they're all spinning actually.
Yeah, they are.
But then he just never does that ever again. Like he uses all 4 like as like one. It's like
Yeah.
surely you could just like reach around and just fucking
Pinch him.
yeah. Like it's just I always thought that was weird, like that he had 4 sabers and then Obi-Wan just cuts each hand off one by one, like really pretty easily. So yeah, that battle was a bit weird. Also the animal that Obi-Wan rides,
Oh yeah.
the
that's annoying.
squealing.
Yeah.
They love like their like sound effects, which is iconic.
Yeah.
Like you
It
do
is.
like it. But yeah, sometimes they just go a bit over the top.
Also, like how, like it's obviously, you know, fantasy, but how is like a creature the same speed as?
Yeah, there's a vehicle. Like
yeah, what is going on? Any other sort of notable bad parts? Like,
Yeah, I got 2, I reckon.
okay,
One
Let's
is
hear
just generally any dialogue between Anakin and Padme.
Oh,
it's tough.
so
it's
cringe.
just like, fucking, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
This is just so poorly written. And
Yeah.
like, I think those scenes are crucial for like Anakin starting to turn. And it's just like very hard to watch.
They don't talk like normally. It's
No, it's
so
like
dramatic.
They're it's as if
Always
they're
dramatic.
always in an opera or something.
Yeah. Well, it is a space opera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
hang
like Shakespearean the way they talk to each other.
Anyway, my other scene has got to be the birthing scene.
you hated it.
Okay,
She's lost the will to live.
She lost the will to live. You got Padme in this fish bowl, and you've got a robot giving birth, and just like 3 old men watching her. And you've got this robot going, "Oopa, oopa."
Ooba.
Yeah, like,
She's also like crying, like
I know,
like,
She's,
obviously
like, dying.
yeah,
And then you got this weird skirt thing, like
yeah, the metal skirt.
it's a really purpose-built birthing facility. But like, how
They're
do they-
watching it as
why
if
is
it's
that-
normal
Why is that there?
Like,
oopa.
on the moon
First of all,
or whatever.
Is this like kind of like a halfway house kind of place? But there's this like
It's a
perfect
hospital planet.
birth
like
facility.
a chopper
Like,
block. Like people just come in and give birth.
it's actually
like,
a birth moon.
Like pay to watch and stuff.
Fuck yeah, that was really weird now that I think of it. So we've obviously teased it a little bit earlier in this episode, but not only was the experience that we had very memorable because of the movie itself, but we've got a bit of a story here for what happened when we watched Revenge of the Sith in 2005. So
Grits.
context. I was probably 6 years old.
2005.
What were you guys?
Like 11, 10 or something.
10 or 11, yeah. We went with our mum to Randwick Ritz Cinema on like a weekday, I think. And
It would have been like the first week, and it was rammed.
it was
Yeah,
so packed,
so
like
packed.
fully sold out.
Yeah, like
Um,
Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Straight from school,
Yeah.
even, I think.
It was
or
at night.
thereabouts.
More or
Yeah,
less.
yeah,
It
actually,
would've been
sorry,
like
it was
5
nighttime.
or 6 o'clock viewing, I reckon.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
came out late. Yeah.
And so we get to our seats and
We got our popcorn. We've
got our popcorn.
Got our Maltesers.
got all our shit, yeah. Loving it. Movie starts, and there was a guy in our row, like not next to us, but a couple seats
on the
down.
end, I think.
On the end.
And we had to walk over him. To
Nah.
get-
I don't
No?
think we did.
Okay.
I think he was the other way, and we could escape the opposite
Okay.
way. But I remember looking over like, the guy's a weird bloke, and he had a frying pan in a plastic bag.
Yeah, he'd popped off to the shops before the.
No one does that. Like, why have you got a frying pan? Like,
And he had it like the handle was in the cup holder, so it was like
yeah, it was like up.
sticking out. Yeah,
Like,
it's like
what the
is
fuck
that?
is
Remember what
going
he was
on?
wearing as well.
He was wearing
Yeah.
like a wife
White
beater.
Dasher
beater.
singlet?
And
Yeah.
like running shorts.
Yeah.
And it's like the middle of winter or something.
yeah.
Like-
so odd.
Like frying pan in the cup holder, wife beater. Like, these are all immediate red flags. And he was also like very like shocked like this, like the whole movie.
You
Like,
see the whites of his eyes the whole time.
yeah.
In hindsight, the guy's clearly like on something.
Has to be.
Yeah.
He
Or
probably
just, like,
snuck in there.
or, like mentally unwell or something.
Stopped
you know.
taking his meds for a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he kept on like flinching at like big scenes, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like getting pretty scared. I think I told you guys, like, oh, like, look at that guy. Like, he's fucking weird.
Wait, don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Yeah. You'll see us. And then I think he glanced over a few times at us. And I like told mum, and she was like, all right, when the movie ends, like, we're going to leave immediately. And we like
Yeah.
go. And then I think we all had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
thought Mum would be a calming influence, but she actually was panicking as much as us.
Yeah. So we all go
Way
to the
worse.
bathroom and
Yeah.
think like we're safe
hurry up,
because he
hurry
would
up.
still be in there.
Yeah.
And then
I remember it was a really packed bathroom.
packed
Yes.
bathroom,
'Cause
urinal.
Everyone went straight
And
to the
it
urinal.
was just us. Like, mum didn't go in. So
No,
like,
obviously not.
Yeah.
Men's bathroom.
Yeah,
And there were
yeah.
heaps of these older guys. And the frying pan guy comes in and we're like, oh shit.
I remember James and I would finished, and we were just like, let's leave him. He's done.
Mike is dead.
Yeah, and I was
Leave him behind.
You
Leave
left
him.
me.
He'll never make it.
He's gone.
You guys left me. And I
Like
think
Obi-Wan.
he said something to us. He's like, he said something, I can't remember what he said, but he's like, oh, a few young boys in here, or like something fucking weird, like directed
Jeez.
towards us. And
Yeah.
I like finished up, like was probably still pissing my pants, like just got out of there. And then we told Mum that he like said something to us, and she's like, "Run, like let's go!" Like,
Yeah.
ran to
We
the
were
car.
waiting for you. We were like in the lobby. We're like,
Yeah.
fuck, we forgot Mike.
Yeah.
And then Mum's like, where is he? I'm like, there he is. He's at the door. Run, Mike, run.
I started running, and then we.
And then he comes, but then like, yeah, and then you
It's
start
like
running
the
towards
Terminator.
us.
He's following us.
Yeah, he's literally like Terminator, the T-1000 in
Yeah,
Terminator 2.
the policeman.
Yeah.
Have you
and
seen
then-
this boy?
Yeah, and then we start running.
to the car.
Yeah.
We're outside now.
Mum panicking. Like,
Mum's panicking.
Not a calm influence. Like, and honestly, what's going to happen? Like, if he catches us,
He's
in
got
public.
to. He's got to capture
there's
4
so
people.
many people.
And he's got to leave the
There's so many
bathroom.
good
Yeah.
citizens. Like,
No, it wasn't rational.
the fear was not rational, but we were running for our
We were
lives.
running to the car, and then she forgot where it was parked. She was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah, we started running the wrong way.
wrong way. Gets back that way." And then we all got in there. And she's like, "Lock the doors." Like, it was fucked. It was so weird.
So memorable.
So memorable. Like
As
this was-
memorable as the movie.
Yeah. Like 17 years ago, like still so
Trauma.
memorable.
Trauma.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. It was definitely a weird
Just one of
weird
those good
day
family
after
memes.
Revenge of the Sith. Now with the Kenobi show coming out later this month, I guess it'd be also good to just touch on kind of where Kenobi is at this point, because this is one of the last things before the show. I think the show's set like maybe 15 years after this.
Yeah, there's like, I think there's like 20 years in Star Wars time between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. But then obviously between that, you've got Rogue One right before New Hope,
Yep.
going backwards.
Mandalorian's a bit early.
Mandalorian's after
Yep.
the original trilogy. So
Oh,
it's not-
true. Yeah.
The other show you've got in there is Star Wars Rebels, but that's kind of like just before Rogue One.
Yep.
So this Obi-Wan is the next series straight after
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. And we don't actually know when it's set, but apparently it's like kind of 10 years. 'Cause you can
Kenobi.
see Kenobi.
Yeah.
Because in the trailer for it, you can see Luke is kind of like 10 or 11
Yeah.
or something.
He's a bit older. Yeah, no, 100%. And I think with that, like it'll be interesting to see what Kenobi's been doing. But when you think about what's happened in this, like all his friends have been murdered.
Oh, he's by himself.
He's by himself. He obviously discovers what's happened.
He lives through it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know.
He doesn't know the extent,
Yeah.
and he doesn't know who's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Yoda's kind of fucked off.
He's gone into exile.
And you're like, how are they actually going to communicate? Maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know Yoda's alive.
Well, because
Probably at Dagobah. We don't know for sure.
yeah, we don't know if he's there yet. Well, because does Yoda ever reference Kenobi in? Oh, I guess when they're the Force ghosts. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. I reckon that Mace, if he's alive and if they want to do it, he could potentially be out there with one.
They're loving a comeback. These
They
Star
are.
Wars content creators.
I think that they're gonna. So I know there's only 6 episodes, but I think that there's gonna be some big comebacks.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Qui-Gon, high potential of him coming.
There'll be some Vader, obviously from the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some
Hayden's
Vader
confirmed.
figures.
So you
Yeah,
know
I
Vader's
wonder if his helmet will be off though,
Yeah,
because
Who knows,
otherwise
yeah.
they could get anyone to play him.
yeah. The other thing you kind of need to know, and you'll probably talk about this in a future podcast, but Ahsoka Tano
Yeah,
Tano's out there.
because she's not in the prequel
Yeah.
series, but she's
From
in
Clone Wars. She survives Order 66, and we see her in The Mandalorian. So
Yeah.
you know she's out there.
Yes,
Have you guys seen the Han Solo movie?
I've watched like the first part, but I know that you're going to talk about Darth Maul.
Darth Maul's alive because
Yeah.
he's in.
He's in
He
Rebels and
appears in a cameo
Clone
in
Wars.
Solo.
Right at the end, yeah.
So you know, and that's kind of set right before
Yep.
Rogue One as well, or like probably a similar time actually
And
to
Yeah,
the show.
him and Obi-Wan have like a huge rivalry in
Yeah.
the show as well. Clone Wars, like
Yeah,
obviously he cut off his
original
legs.
fight in Phantom Menace.
But yeah, I think that because it's going to be the Inquisitors
Yeah.
But they're not with Darth Maul, right?
No, Darth Maul's kind of just like an outlaw criminal guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't consider himself a Sith anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like out there, just trying to get power, just separate from
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, we can obviously touch on that.
The other canon is what's that game? Like
Okay.
Oh,
the
the
chess game.
Rogue
Yeah.
Jedi,
No,
the
it's,
PlayStation game.
Oh, Fallen Order.
Yeah,
Fallen
because that's
Order,
all
yeah.
about the
Cal-
Inquisitors.
Cal
Cal
Kestis.
Kestis, yeah.
Very
Oh,
good
true,
game.
yeah.
That's
Good
all.
game.
That's canon, and it's all about the Inquisitors, which are obviously going to be a huge part of it. We already know that. in
He'll
the
probably
trailer.
be in it then. Cal
He
could
could
be
be
in
in it.
Yeah.
I think there's been a huge
'Cause his character's actually like an actor.
yeah.
He's a redhead kid.
yeah.
What's he? He's also in. He's in a few other things.
I never finished the game, so I don't know what the storyline of that is.
Yeah.
Darth Vader appears in it right at the end.
Yeah.
Well, because he
There's,
works
like, a
with
fight him
the
and he runs.
Inquisitors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in terms of like Obi-Wan, yeah, I wonder what he's been doing.
You
Like,
kind of have to assume that, once he gets settled and he's dropped Luke off to Owen Lars or whatever that guy's name is. Joel.
Uncle Ben.
Joel.
Yeah.
He's in it. You would think that he kind of like starts spending his time trying to see if there's other Jedis out there.
Yeah.
Which there may still
Or
be.
has he given up?
Well, yeah, could be either way. How does he fill his time? He's got 20 years to kill
Yeah.
before he's like an old man in A New Hope. So he's got to get up to
Yeah.
some stuff.
The other thing is like he obviously learns how to do the Force Ghost and live beyond death, but how does he just accept dying in A New Hope?
Yeah, like what's
What-
his mentality?
Yeah, where's his head at? Like, why is he content with dying?
Yeah.
Because what,
Yeah.
he would be like 60, 70?
Well,
in
there's gotta
New
be
Hope?
a plan. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how much of New Hope, like, clues there are.
Yeah.
Because, like, you also see the Death Star getting made at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, correct.
And, like, I can't remember if it only just gets turned on in A New Hope,
Yeah.
but I guess that's getting built.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. On Rogue One, they use it to
Yeah,
destroy that final planet.
yeah, but that's, like,
Alderaan.
right before.
Oh, no.
Oh, the other
on
one.
Rogue One.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
huge explosion
Sorry,
scene?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's getting built.
Yeah.
The other
And
thing
then-
is that they obviously touch on it in the Clone Wars and like Bad Batch, but
Yeah, Bad Batch. Yeah.
they replace all the clones with stormtroopers, and like becomes the Empire.
Yeah, Bad
which-
Batch is actually, like, a good little
Yeah,
canon filler.
100%. I think like, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see where Obi-Wan starts, having what happened in this one. But I think that there'll be some big cameos, and yeah, it'll be
Yeah, there's plenty of ways it could go, which
Yeah.
is great. And I mean, in Star Wars land, I remember when The Force Awakens came out. I was so hyped, and like there was so much build up to that.
there was.
And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, like it was okay, like it was decent.
Yeah,
And then obviously,
it could have been. It laid a platform to be potentially really good.
yeah. But then we all know what happens with the other two. So after The Last Jedi comes out,
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, oh, Star Wars is over. They've
Yeah.
let me down again. But
No.
then when I saw the trailer for Kenobi, I was like, no, this could be like
Back to the roots.
back to the roots. They're
Yeah.
gonna deliver.
I think they will.
Like
I think.
The Mandalorian has been really good,
Yeah,
and like Boba Fett's had its moments, but I think I'm as excited for this as I was for like The Force Awakens. I think.
oh, 100%. And I think, yeah, Mandalorian is a great show, and they know.
They
Like,
know
They know what
again.
they want. They know what we want, and they do it. So, and equally, yeah, Boba Fett had some good stuff, and I think the kind of Star Wars universe, they're doing it well now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to say the least. So that is a wrap for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the first part of our 2-part Kenobi series before the TV show comes out. So thank you so much for listening in to this episode of Cinemates, a podcast where a bunch of mates chat about cinema over some drinks. And huge thank you to James and David for both coming on the podcast. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you very much for having me, finally.
No worries. Enjoyed it. As always, please let us know what you want to hear about in future episodes by sending us a DM on Instagram or TikTok at cinemaze_. Otherwise, we will catch you for the next episode. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Cinemates. Make sure to follow us and leave a review on your chosen streaming platforms. Also, check out our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channel for more Cinemaze content. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge Australia's First Nations people as the traditional owners and custodians of the land and pay respect to the Cammeraygal people of the Eora Nation upon whose country Cinemaze is based. We honour the storytelling and culture of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities across Australia. Also, in the spirit of chatting with mates, remember it's always important to check in with those around you. Whether it's friends, family, or colleagues, sometimes they may be going through a hard time, and chatting with them may reassure them that they aren't alone. If you or anyone you know is ever struggling, call Lifeline on 13 11 14.